Welcome to Philosophy of Education course. Hello, my name is Doron Yosef Hassidim, and I am your instructor in this wonderful course. I'm looking forward to meet you, to teach you, to work with you, and also to learn with you about philosophy of education and education in general. In this video, I will briefly introduce myself and walk through the syllabus. So I am a scholar in educational theory and philosophy of education. I graduated from OISE, which is the School of Education at the University of Toronto, and I published a book and several papers and other publications in this area, and also in some other areas. There is an introduce yourself form on the D2L website of the course, so please introduce yourself in this forum, and also tell your peers and tell me about your expectations and goals from this course. So let's go through the syllabus. Please have it in front of you. I won't read it word by word, but highlight important points. So what the course is about? So the course is intended as an introduction to the central problems and methods of philosophy of education. We will survey important work from early to modern and recent contemporary philosophers, paying attention to both the content or the topic of the papers we read, as well as the method or the analysis they use, how they build their argument. This course is concerned with developing an understanding of the foundations of current beliefs about the meaning of education and educational practice, and to help you to think about your own understanding of education and important educational concepts and issues and problems. The readings for this course includes a variety of texts, including early writing as well as texts by modern and contemporary philosophers. The modes of the text also vary, from chapters in books to articles in journals. Although it is an introductory course, the topics addressed here include both perennial and contemporary, with some advanced topics in educational theory. How to contact me? I'm not physically in Thunder Bay or any other campus of the university, so we won't be able to meet face to face in the same room, at least. I am available though through email, of course, and I'm usually respond quickly in a day or so. We can also have a phone or Skype conversation if you want. Just email me and we will schedule it. What we intend to aim at this course. So, as I said, it's introduction to some of the central problems in education that are of interest for philosophers of education. We will examine also the place of education in a liberal democracy and see what does it mean. We will look at particularly at several contemporary issues in education and schooling, and you will see that philosophy of education is not detached from the real world and also from empirical evidence. We will examine the status of education as a discipline and as a social sphere in a democracy. And we will see the connection between arguments in philosophy of education to the nature of teaching and learning. The course is delivered through D2L. Please familiarize yourself with this platform. The course website is actually our classroom. There is no particular textbook for the course, but a list of required readings that are detailed in the schedule section. and what you are expected to do. So there are several projects that will be assigned. I will focus here on one of them, the discussion participation. So every week you will need to read and participate in a discussion. This course is very intensive in this regard, and that's why this aspect of your grade is rather high, 30%. So you cannot just disappear somewhere in the virtual classroom because you need to show your thinking and your work. Discussion with me and other peers is the best way for me to see your way of thinking. So every week I will post one, usually two questions or activities in two themes, I call it, and you need to discuss those whether in small groups or as a whole class together. It's important to stress good writing begins with good reading, and in philosophy it's no different. So you have to take the time to read the readings, to do the readings in advance, to think about them in general and in relation to the weekly prompts that I will give. And for each question you will need to respond and also to comment to two of your peers. So for each theme you have 3 posts, main response plus 2 comments or responses. But it's not about or only about the number of posts, but it's about their quality and the engagement that you demonstrate with the readings and with other peers. So a sentence or two is not sufficient post or response. Probably 100 and 200 words, even not. 300 words is more like it. Let's try not to go so much overboard. There is a rubric posted in the contact section of the course about the discussion participation, and there will be also for the other assignments later in the semester, and I strongly recommend to look at those rubrics. There are examples there how to write a good post and response. Good way to check yourself when you're writing a response or a main post is to ask yourself, am I able to actually write this response without reading the text? And if the answer is no, and be honest with yourself, the response is probably not a good one. Normally, you need to post your initial response to my prompts by Wednesday and to comment to 2 of your students by Saturday. Check the syllabus and the detailed website for exceptions to this schedule for the first 2 weeks. Pay attention that you need to post first before you can see, read, and respond to others' posts. So all of this sounds a lot, and it is indeed quite a lot, but overall in terms of time consuming, that's supposed to be quite similar to the face-to-face course when you sit 3 hours in a class every week. So doing the readings and participating in discussion might take less than 3 hours, might take more than 3 hours. You need to decide how you want to spread it throughout the week. 20 minutes of sitting in front of the discussion website every day, or 40 minutes maybe every 2 days. But make sure that you visit there quite frequently and engage significantly with the readings and with others. Regarding how to behave in the course, the etiquette, so it's pretty forward. I expect you to be polite and respectful in terms of academic misconduct, of course, do not plagiarize, do not cheat and copy from other resources without proper referencing and citing and quoting. So don't cheat, not just because if you're caught, you get 0 in the assignment and might be kicked out of the course and even the program. It's just because it's not why I'm here, and I hope that this is not why you are here. You will need to familiar yourself with the particular way of referencing and quoting that we use in this course, which is called APA. There is other ways to reference and quote, but this is the one that usually, or it's a common one in social studies. In the content section of the course, there is a section about APA resources. And finally, regarding the course schedule, again, pretty straightforward. You will have in your syllabus a list of readings every week and due dates for the assignments. Usually throughout the course, your discussion will be in small groups. Sometimes it will be in more in a bigger group. When you are assigned, if you are assigned to particular text, it will be noticed in the website. That's it. I hope that you will enjoy this course and learn from it. And again, I'm looking forward to meet you and teach you in this course. Bye bye for now.